Hello everybody and welcome to Stamping with Tanya Badalka. Today I'm going to show you this cute little strawberry card and the supplies and everything that you need to make it. So we are going to start with some designer series paper that is free right now with $120 order with Stampin' Up for celebration. And these are all of the papers. So they're double-sided. They're really pretty, really bright, cheerful colors, as well as you do get a stamp set with it, and we will be using that stamp set today. It also coordinates with a punch that is in the catalog, so you don't have to fussy cut out the strawberries and so on. So the supplies you're going to need today is a card base of 4.5 by 8.5. Then I chose this designer series paper out of that package. It's 3.25 by 5. And then the back side of this red paper are the strawberries. So you need a piece that's 2.5 by 2.5 squared. You will also be using the stitch framelit dies, these here, and we will be using this size right here. So you need a piece of this in the basic white cut out. The stamp set that we will be using is called Sweet Strawberry. It's quite pretty. So this is the outline of your strawberry and this is the fill line. So the same thing with the leaves, the flowers, and the stem for the strawberry. So we're also going to use this here for the happy birthday you sweet thing on your card. So let's get started. So I am going to fold my card base in half and give it a nice crease so that it lays flat. Then what you're going to do is I'm going to glue this piece right on my card. I just need to get my adhesive. So you're just going to apply some adhesive, whatever you have at home. I'm using the new Stampin' Seal. It is really nice, really sticky. So your projects will stay together nicely. All right. Now what I'm going to do is my little strawberries, I'm going to glue them down onto, oops, I did that the wrong way. Anyways, this actually goes on a dimensional onto your card, but today I'm just going to lay it down flat. If you're putting your cards in the mail, then sometimes you don't need the extra layers, but maybe what I'll do is I will pop this layer up with some dimensionals on the back so that this layer is up, because I think it needs some height so that it's beautiful and it stands out. So like that. So we're going to place this unit aside. We are going to use the Stampin' Blends today to color our strawberries. So I've gone ahead and colored 2, and what I'm going to do is show you how to quickly color these in. So these are the colors I'm using. I've labeled my markers because it's easier for me to tell. And so I started with the Poppy Parade Light. I just about used I think all of the Stampin' Blends in the red tones. So I won't do both, I'll just do one. Then I'm going to take the Poppy Parade Dark and come in, and I'm just going to swirl this in, and I want to leave a little piece in the middle not colored so that it's kind of shadowing. Then I'm going to take Real Red and come in and go over top of that, because you're going to blend. That's the point of these markers. And then Real Red Dark. Okay. And with the Cherry Cobbler Dark, I'm going to take, this is the thin side and this is the brush side of the marker, so I'm going to take the thin side and I'm going to outline my strawberry in the Poppy Parade. Because I've stamped it sorry, not Poppy Parade, Cherry Cobbler. I've stamped the strawberry image in Cherry Cobbler. And then I'm going to come in and give this a little fill in here so that it's darker, and then take the Cherry Cobbler Light and blend this. And then I'm going to come back in with the Poppy Parade Light and just go over top everything, and it will just make my center a little bit lighter. Then coming back with the cherry cobbler dark, I'm going to accent these little strawberry seeds that are on the stamp. So there. And you can make it a little bit darker or lighter, however you like. And then what you're going to do is you're going to punch it out with this punch that coordinates with it. So I'm just going to, oh, I did that backwards. Oh dear. So I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. I need to cut that a little bit more. So you're going to just punch these out. Like so. So there's one strawberry. And remember when you stamp these that you give yourself space between so you don't crowd. So look, I just punched that one out, so I'll have to recolor that one. But that's not a big deal. So then what you're going to do is set your strawberries aside. And what I did with mine was after I punched it out, you can go back in and color with the marker, or you can just lightly trim off the white excess from the punch. It's up to you, but I wanted the whole strawberry covered, so I just quickly cut this out like that so that you don't see that. It's a little bit of fussy cutting. So now we're going to work on the stems and the flower piece behind our strawberries. So those are our strawberries. So on a piece of scrap paper, I'm going to stamp 2 little strawberry toppers, and we're going to stamp this in garden green. So I'm just going to stamp it near the edge because that's where the stamp is. So you need 2, 1 for each strawberry. And then on a scrap piece of white, you're going to stamp with the garden green as well, this stamp, like that. Okay, so then what you're going to, then what you're going to do is, with your punch, you're going to punch these guys out. I just need to see so I can line it up. So there's one. And here's the second one. So you can glue those on to your strawberries with a glue dot, because I find it's the easiest. And then that way you won't lose these little pieces, okay? So just place it on there. They look yummy. Okay, so now with this, I have lightly colored the inside yellow, so I'm going to use Daffodil Delight, and I just give it a little bit of color. You can leave it like that, but then I went in with the Petal Pink and just gave it a little bit of pink around here. And then I also used Granny Apple Green to fill in my leaves. And all I did was I squished my ink pad together like this, and it leaves ink on the lid. So we're going to use one of these new water painters, and we're going to, your brush doesn't need to be very moist, just a little bit. It doesn't need to be soaping wet. But I'm just going to willy-nilly color in the leaves, and you don't have to color them in completely. It's just shading, right? Because the leaf in nature is not always, and you can always add more color, you can't take it away. So with this piece here, I just went and I fussy cut all the way around, but to save time for my video, I've already cut that out. The last step of stamping you're going to do is you're going to make your greeting. So what I've done is I have inked up the greeting in Versamark and put white embossing powder on this, and then I heated it with my heat gun. So now we can assemble our little strawberries onto our card. So I have placed it dimensional on the back of each strawberry. So let's flip that over and give that a go. And then what you're going to do with this, because this is going to go in the background like that, right? You're going to put a little bit of adhesive. I didn't glue it down completely because the strawberries will be over top of it. I just placed it kind of like so. And then I peeled off a dimensional backing and I placed one strawberry. And then I placed another strawberry. Okay, now with my greeting, I just trimmed down these by hand. And if you wanted to, you could put it in a paper trimmer and make it really straight, but sometimes I have a hard time seeing that. So then I'm going to place 2 dimensionals on the backing of that, of your greeting, and then you're going to place it on your card. So in my card I have done this little green linen thread, and how to get that is, we don't have that in the catalog, but we have this, and it's the braided linen trim. And so all I did was I lopped off a piece like this, and then I pulled it apart. You kind of go like this, get it started, pull it apart, and then it just pulls like this. So I took about 3 strands of this and I just tied a little bow and I adhered it to my card with a glue dot. So I will show you how to do that. So I have my 3 threads I pulled out of the braided thread or braided linen, and you tie a little bow. Whoops, sorry, I'll do that again. So, and then just pull these in so that it's not so big, and then put your tails together so that they're even, and cut that off and discard this part. So then with a glue dot, you can roll it off and place it however you want, but I roll it onto itself, and then I place it on here and I glue it down like that. So there is this beautiful little card. Please like and subscribe to my channel. My Stampin' Up! Website is stampingwithtanya@stampinup.net to place your order online. I hope everybody's enjoyed my nice little tutorial this morning, and you have a great day.